I don't even have beer.
Of course you don't.
Oh, yeah. Give me one of these delicious fucking Blue Moon Light skies that no one will drink.
Just embarrassing.
Yay.
Just embarrassing.
Yay.
Welcome into the Sunday Soak. As usual, powered by More Than Dogs. We're on the northeast corner of 34th and Shields. My sock summer. What's the special at More Than Dogs right now?
Special today, jalapeno cheddar brat with fries. Now, yesterday I saw Mike carrying in a 50-pound box of potatoes into their little truck. They make them fresh, boys. That's what we're going today for lunch. I'm going for lunch. I'm getting a brat and getting some fries. And they're gonna dump that cheese sauce all over that goddamn thing. It's gonna be delicious. Not as delicious as this light sky, though.
And my is on one tree. So how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to go.
I didn't know that was my only time.
We know there's not a good team over there, but there's a good team right here in this town. We're going to do the Sunday Soak for you like we do every home Sunday. It's an all-question show. We're going to kick off right now. I'm doing fucking great, motherfucker. With Shane Spagnola. And Shane says, who's more of a phony? The White Sox or my sock summer because he thinks he's a real Italian? Teresi, you start off.
So it's the White Sox by a narrow margin. By a narrow margin. But I'll give it to MSS. I'm pretty sure he is Italian. I'm pretty sure.
That's where the BWC comes from, I think, right? That's where the sausage, you know?
I think so. But it's weird that an Irish guy asked him this question.
Oh, man, he took my stunner. Maybe we need to move into a different thing, and we do a fuck you, Shane, instead of a fuck you, Sal. I don't know, maybe we got two of them now. I got two people I got to get on. He was wearing his little Irish hat yesterday. Yeah, he's definitely.
Well, he tries to trick you. That's what it is. Yeah. He thinks you're dim-witted, and he tries to trick you into thinking he's Irish. Yeah, absolutely right. I believe my sock summer is Italian, but then he cannot say any Italian food words. I mean, it's embarrassing. Like, he needs to go to a Italian class.
Yeah. I can say ragu.
Coach all these words. You can say filibuster like a motherfucker, but you can't say all these other words. So it's pretty impressive. So thank you for the question, Shane. Next up is Liam Menus. And Liam Menus says, is Frankie Time Bomb Scalise the most famous member of the ONIAC? It's kind of funny you bring this up. I went to high school with Frankie. So we were in the exact same class. We don't know each other that well. We're friendly when we see each other. I was friends with his best friend in high school, though, because we played basketball together. I played basketball with Butch Bailey. That was his boy way back in the day when we were in high school. Butch is my man. But, Tracy, what do you think? Is he the most famous member of the ONIAC?
I mean, I don't have a list of members. I don't think that is something that is publicly
no. Yeah, we really only want to talk about it if we had a list.
I didn't even try and look it up.
No.
But, I mean, I think the only other guy that I know that made headlines is the guy that had the plumbing place that, it didn't go well for him. But they did, in the articles, mention ONIAC. So I'm like, maybe him, but I'll go Scalise.
My sock's up. What do you think?
I tell you what, when my neighbor Pino is making up his sausages, everyone loves him, and he's a member, so he might be just as famous. Potentially never knocked a guy out, though, that I know of. So we'll see. Right? I'd still give the nod to Frankie.
I think it's Frankie. Remember there was that story in the paper about Frankie? Someone tried to break into his garage and he fucking knocked the guy out. What bad luck if you're a crook. You break into the garage of a professional boxer and he fucking clocks you and knocks you out. Guess you really got what was coming to you in that situation. Next question is from White Sox Sal.
Uh-oh, there's something coming up from the bottom. Oh, fuck you, Sal.
White Sox Sal's question says, what's the current status of MSS? And instead of going out west, he had stayed in Sterling and enjoyed various patronage jobs arranged by his dad. Mayor of Sterling, principal at Bumfuck High, Sterling, meth. What are you guys thinking here? Tracy, you're up first.
So, my initial thought was, okay, so he would be in Sterling all this time.
Yeah.
And he always tells me about how many Mexicans there are in Sterling.
That's
so
correct,
he would have married a nice Mexican lady.
Probably Gordita.
And that cooks a lot. And I think he'd be a substitute teacher tipping this. I'm not saying Brendan Fraser fat, but heavier than you are.
Husky. Indian Husky. No, I was thinking about this too, Tracy. And this is a great question. Not because MSS's dad would get him jobs, which he certainly would get him like fake bullshit jobs. But the part about it that I think back a lot of is MSS went out west to sow his royal oats, man. Yeah. And he was, I assume, this is my assumption, I don't know MSS when he's in high school or previous. I think he was a nerd. He had to get out of there to unnerd himself.
Get unnerd. So he would have stayed nerd.
He would have stayed nerd. Yeah, he wouldn't be the same guy he is right now. Like, not even close. Personality would be vastly different, in my personal opinion.
I'm with a lot of alphas, and they kind of kept me down.
So
I had to go out and do more alpha things, and then I did. And then I came back with the alpha attitude.
Which you got. Which you do have. You exuded, but I felt like you did it before you went west.
Here's what would have really happened. Okay. This is the God's honest truth. I know this is probably what would have happened. I would have graduated from NIU, come home. I would have lived in one of the houses that my father owned, that he's been trying to sell or had been trying to sell for like 20 years, right? Yep. So I'd be living in a house. Maybe fix it up, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely going to have like about 4 or 5 DUI. So I'm only riding a bike every day. Like, that's all I'm going to do. I can walk 2 miles now.
Ricky Bobby.
Like, I can walk 2 miles now. I can go and just like hang out. I could not do it when I lived in Sterling. There's no way. I'd be smoking like a fish still. And I'd probably be doing graphic design work at Wall Clipper because they hire a new graphic designer about every fucking 3 months. So I would probably have had that job 3 times. Like, I would quit.
The Billy Martin
I'm going out to my own thing.
He would have blown out of all the jobs his dad gave him with all his erratic behavior, and then would have had that job on and off forever. Like, that's what I'm hearing right here. This is even better than I thought. Yeah. That's how this would great question, Sal.
Family business. I don't know. Maybe I would have gone back in. We started selling flowers.
Yeah, right.
Who knows? Kept it going.
Dispensary.
Yeah, well,
that maybe it would have been it. Who knows? I mean, I'd just be starting.
Yeah,
there are a lot of years to fill in between that. So
I'd be working for my cousin. Potentially.
You're country strong. You could do
love those cash jobs.
Next question is from CMCD. It says last season was a bummer, especially after 2021. But the 2022 81 season, and excluding 2021 here, was the White Sox best record since 2012. I think you guys were aware of that. And 93 and 69 in 2021 was the White Sox best record since 2005. Are we expecting too much from this obviously middling front office and ownership?
Yeah.
Breezy, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this on the podcast where I was like, 2021 was like everything going right. Like you everything that you were hoping for out of the season, like if every pickup that you made, all those things, they all went your way.
Yeah.
And that's not good because that's a first round playoff outing.
Only 93 wins.
Yeah, would you win one game in the playoffs?
One playoff game. That's correct. MSS, what do you think?
Yeah, no, they don't know what they're doing. They need help. They need professionals. Ooh, nice. They need help. They need professionals to come in and tell them what they're doing wrong. They need to audit. They need to self-audit. They need to say, hey, listen, they don't have a plan.
They don't need to self-audit. They need to get audited like Enron.
Okay, right, there you go. But they don't. Yeah. They don't have
a self-audit's been ineffective. I get what you're saying.
They're not. We said this for years. They're not spending the money to buy the talent. They're not spending the money to develop talent. They can't be in the middle. Like, you have to choose one way or the other. Be really cheap and develop your own talent. Totally fine, but spend it on the back end to get the players to identify talent. We cannot identify talent. You know what we can identify? People that are going to get hurt. So anyone the Sox pick up, everybody would be like, you know what? That guy's probably going to get hurt. I'm going to stay away from him because the Sox were really in on him. That's probably what's going to happen.
They can also identify once talented.
Yeah.
This guy was good years ago.
Pretty good at one point. I didn't think about this, though, and I don't know if you can collect on this. Can you collect on like a half season worth of injuries on the insurance? Because they insure these players up.
No, the insurance.
It's got to be a longer term.
Like, yeah, basically the insurance most of the time to pay that contract, like the person has to like not be able to play anymore. Like, because they were.
I was thinking if it was another scheme.
I only know this because I remember at the end of A-Rod's career, there was talk that the Yankees were like trying to get doctors to say that he had like a degenerative hip disorder, so they could just pay with insurance money. Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, guess what? All owners are fucking
all owners are scumbags. I agree with you guys. I mean, like, it has been. We had faith, and I talked with Nick Schaefer on the show about the timeline of when people had faith in Han and when it started eroding away. And we're at the point now, I think we were at the point probably midway through last year, where the faith has eroded completely. I think that every logical fan out there, even the Han bots, are like, this guy stinks at this job. He can't do it. The tree there, they can't do it. It's fallow. There's nothing there. So, yeah, it took us a while. Well, this is the slow one.
So you're saying Limp Bizkit faith?
Yes.
Even that's gone.
Even that. So I think little by little, we realized that we didn't get there as quickly as we should have. So great question, CMC. That I totally agree with you. Yeah. The next question. Let's go, Trace. Shit, forever. Yeah, that was a slow moving train. MSS was right, man. Not Soul Train, Slow Train. Yeah, we got there.
You know, like, ladies and gentlemen, please look out your right window. The 108 boys are recording the Sunday Soak live.
You can even see Treesy's titty right now.
Kiss amounts of back hair. Nice summer.
All right, next up is the Spice is Right. I actually got this question on Instagram, boys. I put a reel up of this, and we got 4 or 5 questions. I plucked one of the questions from Instagram. So if you're someone
following on Instagram,
if you caught this on Instagram, definitely add questions. I'll check for them each week as we throw these down there. The Spice is Right says, is bringing my own sandwiches to the game an appropriate way to vent my frustrations? My sex number.
Absolutely. that is the silliest question. Because yes, you can definitely bring your own stuff, and you can get it at more than Dawgs. More than Dawgs will make you almost anything you want. Yeah. They got burgers, they got brats, they got Polishes, they got what else? They got breakfast sandwiches. They have all sorts. They have a Wally Money was telling me yesterday he had the cheesy Philly steak. Okay. Just roll into those. So yeah, go over there, grab it. They put in a bag for you, give you some napkins, fucking roll right in, man. But you can't bring in your own booze, so make sure you take care of your ladies up there in the beer stands and the men's by tipping them. But tip the ladies more because the men's don't do that.
Hello, Teresa.
I think you got to bring a lot of sandwiches in to show that, because like if you're just there, you pull a sandwich out and you start eating it, they might not notice. But if you pass out 15 sandwiches to your section,
right?
Say section 108,
that's
then you got something going. The security be like, hey, there's some asshole passing out sandwiches down here.
Right, exactly. Then you cause a commotion. Then you're doing something here. I like this. You got an idea brewing here. And our man, brewhand Luke, big into the PB&J.
Yes.
A homework assignment. Bring a fucking backpack full of PB&J sandwiches.
One of those clear bags that are allowed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fill the PB&J sandwiches, and you hand them out little half sandwiches to everybody, and we'll be a big happy PB&J family there. Yeah, I was thinking about this question. It's like, yeah, this is obviously true, but to what level can you get away with bringing stuff in?
Well,
we were at the little tailgate the other day. I saw the fruit plate. You and I made fun of the fruit veggie plate, and I told Brian S. I'm like, no one's eating that fucking veggie plate. What you need out here is a little, like a bowl full of mini candy bars. Motherfuckers will be crushing those things. Can we bring them in the stadium?
Little sausages and cheese.
There you go. Cheese and crackers.
Yes.
That shit.
How many mini Snickers can you fit in a pair of cargo shorts?
That's what we got to find out.
Okay,
that's the goal right there. Right?
Let's do it.
7,000
mini Snickers. Sometime we'll do that. Maybe next homestand we'll do the mini Snickers as many as we can get.
Right? I love it.
I love this idea.
Don't bring in a full pizza though. They will not let you in a full pizza.
That's true.
And then you just wasted your $5 at Little Caesars.
When you don't have a Little Caesars guy special. All right, next question is from Drew Boggs, and Drew says, if you could change bodies with any of the other 2 guys in the tub, who would it be and why? I'm going to start with you, my son.
Well, it's hard because I like your big feet.
Okay, yeah, good balance.
Good balance.
Good on the ice. Good on the ice.
Good on the ice, yeah.
You got that.
Yep.
I like the juicy double. Never had of ass like this guy.
Yeah, no, he's got a
real nice ass, right?
Yeah.
You'd be rolling in those joggers. Everyone will be loving it, right?
Yeah.
I think ass is going to take over feet. I got to go with ass over feet. I'm going to take Treasy's vibe. I think I could work.
We know his Pornhub search now.
I could build this up a little bit at the gym. I could get some more muscle.
He said you need some gains, but he'll take what you got right now.
Gains too,
but he's going to be nice.
That's also going to be nice.
No, fuck that. So my choices are between an overweight asthmatic guy or my sock Summer. I think it's an easy choice. I'm taking the overweight asthmatic.
I was thinking about this because I was thinking, you guys have your pros and cons. My sock Summer, he's got the BWC. That would always be nice to have. Unfortunately, though, I saw him in the parking lot last weekend trying to catch a football. And I can't be that uncoordinated. Okay, Tracy is dexterous, very coordinated, everything. So even though I'm missing out on the footlong, I would take Tracy's body just because I can't be as unathletic as you look trying to catch a football. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
You're fucking stupid.
All right. Great question, Drew. Next question is from Tadahito. Tadahito says, my neighbor was cutting his grass at 7:30 a.m. this morning. He's dead now. Yeah. But how early is it? How early it's too early to cut the grass. Teresi.
I'm the wrong guy to come to because, like, I purposely have lived in condos my whole life so that I never have to cut the grass, right? Like, that's been like one of my staples of my life. But I do hear like the crews that come and like do like the neighborhood, right?
Yep.
If they're out there before 9 a.m., I would be fucking pissed. Like, like 9 a.m. is the earliest to me.
Yeah. MSS, what do you think?
Pre-kids, I would have said like 8 o'clock is like, it just seems like the natural time.
That's
right?
the earliest possible.
Like, I would never turn on my amplifier and start blaring guitar until 8
exactly.
a.m.
Right. This is a good, it's good.
But now, after kids, it's 7:30 in the morning. Like, I've already dropped one of them off at school. So, like, I don't even really care. But I still think 8 a.m. is like a good call time.
8 a.m., 9 a.m.
Because when those motherfuckers turn on that, like, when the crews come through at like 6:45, 7 in the morning, and they hit that blower.
Yeah.
Because the window's open, because you got that nice cool breeze.
Of course, yeah.
I'm getting so mad. So mad. It's like, you just fucked my shit, man.
Ruined your whole goddamn weekend with that shit.
Yep.
It looks like
weekday.
Looks like we're about to be rained out, so let's start moving.
All right. Next up is Slim Mick. And Slim Mick says, what's your favorite drinking game from back in the day? And if you guys played it right now, how many times on MSS puke? Teresi.
It's King's Cup. I used to love King's Cup. And anytime he gets the cup, he's puking. Absolutely puking.
I feel like he's a delayed puker. I liked Circle of Death. Circle of Death was my favorite because you give drinks, you can save people, whatever. I think he wouldn't puke any times during the game. But the night after we were done, 4 pukes at minimum from these games.
Like the next morning.
Like the next morning. Four different pukes is 100% what he's going to get into. Next question is from Greg Miller. And Greg says, who would be the fluffer in the 108 made a baseball-themed adult film?
That curly-headed ginger fuck. He'd be our fluffer. And he knows who he is. I'm not going to mention his name.
God damn it. I thought of repurposing this. I thought if we made an adult film based on the 108, who would we pick to play each other or ourselves in the movie? What adult film star would we want to
Can I be Ramon? I want Ramon to be me. I want Ramon to be me.
You can be a monster. Who you got?
I mean, you know who I want to play me.
J-Man?
J-Man. But he doesn't have any hair. So you'd have to give him a really shitty wig.
Which would be hilarious.
Actually, Evan Stone would be a good you.
Evan Stone would be good too, but he's almost too pretty. And he's kind of that ugly J-Man.
He'd have these sunglasses on.
That's true.
And we'd have to grow a beard. So you're covering up.
For me, I got to go my man, Mike Adriano. Shout out to you, K-Dud. Next question is from Mike Prez. And Mike Prez says, he gives us a fuck, marry, kill. He says, fuck, marry, kill, Biggie Bagel, Cuppy Coffee, or Dashing Donuts. I suck something.
Well, okay. First of all, you can't fuck coffee, right? Been done, tried it, doesn't work. It's hot, so kill that. That's gone. Now you got your marry and you got your fuck, right? And you got bagel and the donut. Who could provide better? Probably the bagel. So I'm gonna marry the bagel.
Okay.
Fuck that sweet ass donut.
You're killing coffee. I have to. Coffee is essential to my life. So I'm saying I'm marrying coffee.
I like you're not having sex the rest of your life.
Why? I can still fuck the bagel on the side.
Everything outside the box.
I didn't know if it was a one-time deal.
Biggie Bagel is built for speed, all right? So I'm going that and the donut. Sorry, donut. I killed 2 donuts this morning.
You should have called her, though, before that. That's all I got to say about Dashing Donut. All right. Next question's from Matt Ramsey. Matt Ramsey says, you're starting an illegal venture. Which current Sox player would you trust most to cook the books for you? Treasy. Who's cooking the books for you?
Tim Anderson.
White Sox.
Tim Anderson. You know why?
Why?
Because if I'm starting a legal venture and I'm picking a guy to work with,
Yeah.
Tim Anderson. That motherfucker had all that off the field stuff last year, and he was like, I don't want to talk about that. And everyone was like, all right, we're not going to talk about it. I need that guy. Hey, we're gonna look at these books. You're going to look at those books. We're not going to look at those books.
That's okay. How about you?
Man, it's a hard call because I feel like Andrew Vaughn would definitely keep his mind set on whatever we were doing illegally.
Yep.
And he seems cheap as fuck. So that would be the next one. But then also, my guy, Lucas Giolito, he's got to know somebody. He's got an uncle somewhere that knows a few things and knows some places.
He seems well connected.
Yes.
Is what you think.
So between those two, I don't think you can make a bad decision.
Yeah, I was picking Andrew Vaughn as well. And the reason why is because all of you trust Andrew Vaughn way more than anyone else I've ever seen in my entire life. You trust that he's on the up and up, doing great or whatever, even if he stinks. So that's my guy. I want the guy that he just flies under the radar. Everyone believes him. Everyone thinks good things of him. Great. That's the guy I want cheating from.
I want a more Gotti-like organization, all right?
I can't blame you.
Camping on all those Andrew Vaughn things.
All right. Next question is from Jay Ibarra, and that's Jorge. He says, can I get in the hot tub?
I don't know if he fits.
You imagine the sword fight back here between these two?
Well, you know what? Here you go, Jorge. Here's how you can get in the hot tub. Show up to one fucking game and introduce yourself.
That's right.
We want to make sure you're a real person.
I want to shake it, and then we'll know.
No.
You can get in the tub.
We don't need to see it. Don't wear joggers.
No, we need to see it. How do we know it's him then?
Oh, that's true.
You know, it might be painful for the poor guy to wear jeans or something.
We'll
right?
get
be comfortable.
Soxwood could be our forensics guy. He'll get in there and make sure that it's the right person.
Speak of measurements and everything.
That's exactly right.
It would be good, though, to have him in there because I've heard from the movie Step Brothers, dicks float, and Tracy, you can't swim. So if you started going down, grab onto his dick. You'd be okay. You'd be like Leo or Kate Winslet in fucking Titanic on that big thing. There'd be room for all of us.
She's kicking you off already. No, this is all for me. Die in the...
Baby, you're going to drown if you put it in you. I don't care.
Ridiculous. And let's close it out. Last question is from Billy Wires. Billy says, which past or present radio/TV White Sox personality would be the prettiest drag queen? And we'll go down the list. It's DJ, Len, Steve, Jason, Hawk, or Wimpy. My Sox, tell me your first.
100% Wimpy. 100%. That man is beautiful.
Yep.
He aged gracefully.
Sure did.
So he is 100%. He would look like a great, like, Rose Dubois. Is it Rose Dubois or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like from Golden Girls.
From Golden
He would
Girls,
just go perfect. He could use the sexy Nancy Reagan early and then go into the Rose.
He'd be Rocco.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to go Wimpy, too, but I feel like because you've already gone Wimpy, I'll go with Len Casper. I think Len Casper could pull it off, and like he could do a whole musical number because he plays guitar and stuff. So like he could really do put on a show,
it's a rock opera.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I would have gone Wimpy too. That was immediately in my head. Yeah. Very handsome guy. Like the only problem is Wimpy is extremely tall, man. You're talking about RuPaul kind of drag queen here, which could be great. I mean, add depth to the role, absolutely. So, yeah. Great questions, everyone. Thanks for watching the Sunday Soap. We're going to go over to the ballpark and watch some bad White Sox baseball. Hopefully we get our first win in the last 2 weeks. Really appreciate all of you watching. Thanks again to More Than Dogs. Peace and chicken grease, baby. And I'm too